Hello friends, it's me again, your friendly neighbourhood ex-squaddy. And what a juicy little story I've got for you today. Because this one's got it all. Arson, intrigue, those Ukrainian rent boys, and of course Keir Starmer, our beloved Prime Minister, caught in a plot that sounds like it was ripped from a bad spy novel. Now, Andrew Bridgen, former MP and professional thorn in the establishment side, has apparently dropped what someone X are calling a massive bombshell. Three Ukrainian blokes, Petro Pachinok, Roman Lavrinovich, and Stanislav Karpowicz, I can't believe I said that in one go, have been nabbed for allegedly setting fire to properties linked to Keir Starmer. We're talking his old house in, is it Kentish Town in London, another flat he once owned, and a Toyota RAV4 he flogged to a neighbour. And they were torched, all of them, over a few days in May. Counter-terror police are on the case, and the papers are whispering about Russian spies pulling the strings. But Andrew Bridgen, he's got a spicier take, of course. Now, according to what he said on, I think it was a podcast, now he's claiming these lads were rent boys gathering dirt on British politicians for a Ukrainian dissident named Portnov, who's supposedly challenging Zelensky, who was assassinated in Madrid 4 days after their arrest. The plan, according to Bridgen, is to replace Zelensky and continue the war. Shocking, right? Yeah, scandalous, except, well, let's take a closer look. So first off, the arson bit, that's real enough. The papers, the Times, Daily Mail, LBC, the home of left-wing bigotry, the lot. They're confirming 3 men, 2 Ukrainians and a Ukrainian-born Romanian were charged with conspiracy to commit arson with intent to endanger life. The targets, well, Starmer's former homes and a car, all hit between, I think it was the 8th of May and the 12th of May. Correct me in the comments. Anyway, the Met counter-terror unit is sniffing around and MI5's poking its nose in, wondering if Putin's lads in the Kremlin are behind it. Russia, of course, says it's all false, unsubstantiated and ridiculous. And you know what? They might have a point. When the establishment starts screaming Russia did it without hard evidence, my skeptic senses start tingling. It's like they've got a default villain for every plot twist, basically blaming Russia for everything. So anyway, enter Andrew Bridgen and this rent boys business. According to what he said on this podcast, Bridgen's claiming these 3 arsonists were moonlighting as escorts, digging up dirt on UK politicians via pillow talk, apparently, and passing it to some Ukrainian dissident called Portnov. Sounds like a cracking story, doesn't it? You know, the kind of thing you'll see on a Netflix thriller with a dodgy Eastern European accent and a dramatic villain score. Problem is, there's not a shred of evidence in the mainstream reports to back this up. Not that I'm saying the mainstream media would tell the truth anyway, but still. I'm pretty sure if it was as spicy as Bridgen claims, then it would be everywhere, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it? But nothing. Zilch. The papers mention the suspects' day jobs. Lavrinovich and Karpowicz were aspiring models. Pochinok fancies himself as I think it was a fashion entrepreneur. So not exactly James Bond material, but rent boys? That's a leap even Evel Knievel couldn't make. But it's been shown on X that all 3 did have the Grindr app. But being a homosexual on Grindr doesn't necessarily mean rent boy, does it? And here's where it gets rich. Bridgen's source, according to him, is a former Ukrainian Secret Service agent. How convenient. An anonymous spook with a tale of intrigue, and we're supposed to just swallow it whole. Look, I'm all for questioning the establishments. God knows they've earned it, but this smells like someone's been reading too many Tom Clancy novels. If these lads were gathering intelligence, why are they setting cars on fire? That's not espionage, that's vandalism with a side of pyromania. And why target Starmer's old properties? He's not even living there anymore. He's bunked up in Downing Street, with maybe the odd weekend at his mate Lord Ali's home. So if you're going to send a message, at least pick the right address. Now, let's play devil's advocate here. Suppose there's something in this. Suppose these Ukrainians were up to no good. Maybe. even with Russian handlers, as MI5 seems keen to explore. The UK has been pouring weapons into the Ukraine, so it's not a stretch to think someone might want to stir the pot. But rent boys, blackmail, Ukrainian dissidents, that's a plot twist too far, I reckon. Bridgen's got form for stirring the pot himself. He might be onto something, or he might just be tossing red meat to the ex-crowd, who lap this stuff, by the way, like it's gospel. And the legacy media, silent as a tomb, which either means they're covering it up or, more likely, they don't think it's worth the ink. And I can't believe I'm sticking up for the mainstream media here, but think about it, folks. The mainstream media recently have savagely attacked Keir Starmer, even the BBC, so they're smelling blood and they know Keir Starmer is not going to be around for longer. So what better way to accelerate his downfall than to print this story? It's just a theory of mine, but you never know. But here's the truth. We don't know the half of it. The arson's real, the arrests are real, the Russia angle's being investigated, but this rent boy thing, is it just noise until someone cuffs up evidence? And I don't mean a random tweet or a shady former agent. I mean receipts, texts, emails, bank transfers, something solid. Until then, it's just a sexy story, really, to get clicks and shares. And Starmer, he's probably loving this. It makes him look like a victim of some grand international plot rather than a bloke whose policies are about as inspiring as a soggy biscuit. And having said that, there are also rumours about his sexuality. There are multiple rumours of his sexuality from all sorts, and he hasn't bothered to address them. Why? So there you have it. A tale of fire, foreigners, and maybe far-fetched claims. And my advice, keep your eyes peeled, your scepticism sharp, and don't believe everything you read on X, or anywhere else for that matter. Question everything, like I say in my YouTube bio. So there we go. I'm Baz49, and until the next time, stay awake and don't let the establishment or the conspiracy nuts pull the wool over your eyes. And I will see you all at the next video. Roger Trout.